My fellow gamers, welcome to the world of Kingdom Hearts, and we are going into our first world, the only world that will ever be for only one part of the game, and we're at Destiny Islands. That is Sora's homeworld. So what's going on, everybody? It's RRPG here, and welcome to another episode of RRPG's Let's Play with Kingdom Hearts on the PlayStation 2. In today's episode, we are going to gather the rest of the supplies that we need to build the boat, and then we will get on to the next day after that. We'll get on a little bit through the next day, but we will be getting into some boss fights since we're here on the beach and all, or on the island. And some other recreational activities, but you will see what I'm talking about. But anyway, let's get on with this episode that's already in progress. And as Kairi told us, we need to find 2 logs, some cloth, and some rope. I wonder where we can find them. And oh, hey, look, there's Wakka, Selphie, and Tidus on the beach as well. So, looks like they were real people after all. Well, that's a good sign. But if we come up here, we're gonna grab the rope and then we'll talk to Tidus. Let's talk to him right now.
Hey, Sora! You feel lucky today?
Feeling lucky today? Is he issuing a challenge to us? I would assume so.
You're going down!
Oh, we'll see about that, Mr. Tidus. And yes, this is the boss data for Tidus. And as you can tell, his attacks and defense are normal. Doesn't have any MP recovery, and his hit points are normal, and he only gives you 2 experience every time when you defeat him. But I couldn't even tell what types of damages, he takes from the weapons or the elements and that kind of stuff. But it really doesn't even matter because, you don't even have magic on you. You only have your hero sword or whatever, the wooden sword. But yes, we finally got Tidus.
Man, I'm really off today.
Oh yeah, you were really off today, Tidus. Because we kicked your butt! Yeah. Fights are pretty easy if you know the pattern of your enemies. Well, our friends aren't enemies.
Ah, the breeze feels great.
They're just people who challenge us. So, looks like Selphie wants to duel us.
Okay, don't hold back.
Okay, so the next boss is Selphie, and she has the lowest hit points out of all the 3, and she only gives you 1 experience point after defeating her. It's kind of a shame, too, because, with all the people you fight against, you were hoping that you would at least get something better.
Oh, I can't believe I lost.
Oh, don't worry, Selphie. There's always another try at some other point in time. Now let's go over and talk to Wakka.
Hey, what's happening, man?
Looks like Mr. Wakka 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 was asking us how we were doing, and now he wants to duel us? Okay, we'll show you our stuff. And here we have the boss data for Wakka. As you can tell, he has the highest hit points out of the 3 Final Fantasy characters, and he only gives us 1 experience point. You figured he would probably at least give us 2, but yeah, well. Anyway, if you took a look at the enemy data or the boss data on the Final Fantasy characters I have on here, you notice that they have a different symbol to that of the Heartless, and those types of characters are referred to as somebodies because they are people who have hearts and all that. Oh, hey, we parried the Blitzball or whatever, and we got a level increase, and we increased our defense in the process. That was pretty cool. Yeah, if you manage to pull off parries like that, you can get extra experience points. So, I'm not sure if I mentioned that in the last episode, but that's pretty cool. It's especially good for later boss fights, especially some of the harder ones that you fight against. So, yeah, the emblem on the back of their, at the back of the boss data poster that I showed on screen, those are representation of somebodies, people who have hearts. And people who are not possessed by, the heart, not possessed, but people who haven't been taken over by the Heartless or any of that matter. Or you don't see any emblems, or you don't see any darkness flowing out of them. So they are referred to as somebodies. Which is a neat term, for the people who still have hearts and all. And also in this episode, it will be the first time we will get introduced to Disney characters. And you will see once as we complete the first day, because there will be some cutscenes that will ensue. Some dialogue between the main characters, and then we go see Disney characters after that. Okay, there's the last log. But before we go back to Kairi, let's go ahead and talk to Riku right here. And he says that he already has taken care of his stuff, and he's going to challenge us to a duel himself. And he says that this one decides champion. Alright, and here we're fighting against Riku, and he's a little bit tougher than the 3 Final Fantasy characters. And as you can tell, he has the highest, well, he has 90 hit points, and he gives us 5 experience points as a reward. But he does reward us with a potion every time we defeat him, so at least you gain something from defeating, you know, one of the characters here. And you could also parry his attacks to gain extra experience, but it's kind of hard to pull off because you need to be at the precise spots in order to get the experience points or whatever, the bonus experience or the tech experience. Oh well. But yeah, as you can tell, Riku is kind of a little bit harder than the other 3 because of because he's a bit more agile and he is a bit more stronger too. So you want to try and keep your distance when you're fighting him, because if you don't keep your distance, then one fatal flaw can mean that you lose this battle. But it doesn't take you back to like the continue screen or whatever. It means that, you know, every time when you either win or lose a fight, Sora is going to give the record, you know, of how many wins between him and Riku are made. Like he says, the score is 1-0. But anyway, we obtained our potion, and now that we have taken care of that, let's go back and talk to Kairi. And we will give her the items that we found. The key items for the building of the boat. And she has given us an item for ourselves, so let's go ahead and call it a day. And we got some cutscenes that are about to ensue, and we will finish up tomorrow. But we will go to the second day after this, so don't worry.
So, Kairi's home is out there somewhere, right?
Could be. We'll never know by staying here.
But how far could a raft take us?
Who knows? If we have to, we'll think of something else.
So, suppose you get to another world. What would you do there?
Well, I haven't really thought about it. It's just, I've always wondered why we're here, on this island. If there are any other worlds out there, why did we end up on this one? And suppose there are other worlds. Then ours is just a little piece of something much greater. So, we could have just as easily ended up somewhere else, right?
I don't know.
Exactly. That's why we need to go out there and find out. Just sitting here won't change a thing. It's the same old stuff. So let's go.
You've been thinking a lot lately, haven't you?
Thanks to you. If you hadn't come here, I probably would have never thought of any of this. Kairi, thanks.
You're welcome.
Sora! You wanted one, didn't you?
A Palpu fruit?
If 2 people share one, their destinies become intertwined. They'll remain a part of each other's lives, no matter what. Come on, I know you want to try it.
What are you talking?
much does to heal this one. What? Wake up, Goofy! Wake up! This is serious!
Hey there, Donald. Good morning.
We got a problem, Goofy. But don't tell anyone.
Ooh, Queen Minnie?
Not even the Queen.
Daisy?
No! It's top secret.
Oh, good morning, ladies.
What?
Rise and shine, gamers. Here we are at day 2 on Destiny Islands. So I wonder what's going to go on today. Oh, let's go ahead and talk to Selfie real quick.
Hey, Sora. Have you heard about the legendary power of the Paopu fruit? They say if you share it with someone you really care for, it binds you together forever and ever, through eternity. It's so romantic. I gotta try it sometime.
Now you get to see her romantic side, so let's go over here and talk to Waka, shall we? Waka Waka Waka.
Me and Titus, we are gonna do a little exploring today. You know, to this secret place at the base of that tree. There's gotta be something there, yeah?
Okay, now let's hear what little boy Titus has to tell us. Titus. And yes, it's pronounced like that. I don't know why. People are, some people call him Titus or whatever, but it's actually preferred as Titus with the way how they say it.
I think you've gotten stronger, but odds are you're still no match for Riku. We took him on 3-1 last time, and he whipped us all. Well, I guess Kairi can always count on him.
Okay, so he says that Riku has taken on all 3 of them, 3-on-1 by himself. So, you know what? We're going to do the same thing. Now, when we're fighting against these guys, they have the same stats as in the last fights when we were fighting against each one of them. But the only difference is that they're all working together to try to stop us. So, our main objective for this battle is to take down all 3 of them by ourselves, just to prove a point that we can actually, be in the same shoes as Riku as taking down, our friends who, issued a challenge to us. Now, when you're doing this, I would recommend taking down the weakest, character first, but you will need to be careful with their, with their attack patterns and whatnot. But as soon as you take down, either 1 or 2 of them, then the rest of the battle is just cake. But, yeah, we already taken down Selfie, and we're just going to need to get Titus and Waka now. But, yeah, I would recommend taking care of Waka last, because he does take his time with trying to hit us, and it's easy enough to try and dodge his blitz ball coming at us. And I would recommend, him coming out here in the open and trying to attack us, but if we move any further than, anywhere past where he is, then there's that possibility to where we would have to automatically forfeit. And you also got a glimpse of me, putting in a potion and a high potion before we fought in this battle. Well, that was, since we're fighting all 3 of them, they can pack quite a punch, when they work together. So it's always a good idea that you have something that can heal your HP in the process. But you'll only need to do it once. I mean, I remember I managed to beat them without having to use a potion at one time, but I think we'll be able to get him without any problems. But we'll have to see where that takes us. Okay, finally, we got him!
Man, you're unreal.
Well, sorry, if Riku can do it, then so can we. And after defeating all three of them, we actually get a potion from them. That's the only difference in that battle. You know, aside from fighting each one of them individually, is that when we fight all three of them, we'll always get a potion as a reward. Which is always nice because, hey, we definitely need more potions, don't we? Okay, so Riku is asking us that the raft needs a name, and he says that he wants to call it the High Wind. But what will we call it? How about Excalibur? Excalibur! Hey, how about the usual? Let's do it! And then Kairi is like, oh, you guys at it again? Alright, I'll be the judge. So, basically, it's like an obstacle course. We need to make it from point A to point B and come back in order to win this. Just like as Kairi is explaining to us.
If I win, I'm captain. And if you win...
I get to share the Palpu with Kairi.
Huh?
Deal? The winner gets to share a Palpu with Kairi.
Oh, wait a minute.
Okay, on my count.
Okay, let's see if I can beat Riku again. With the official canon of the storyline, it always went by that Sora would always lose to Riku with whatever match goes on. But you know what? It's time to turn the tables, and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna climb this ladder, and then we're gonna ride the zip line over. Make sure I don't jump off of the zip line. Okay, very good. If you ride that zip line and you take this path to get over to the star tree and touch it, then you should be able to beat this race with no problems whatsoever. Now, I usually do jump over the trees to get over faster, but there is another way how you can do it. You can actually come around here, and you can jump over the ledge here, and then you can just jump over the wooden walkway, or let's just call it that, and you can get back here easily. Okay, very good. And now the score is 2-0. What do we get for beating Riku that time? Oh, we get a Pretty Stone. That's a synthesis item, which I'll be explaining much later. Or I think it's just an item that we can sell to make some money. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Now that we have done that, I think this is possibly a good spot to where we can go ahead and we can wrap up this episode. So next time on Double RPG's Let's Play with Kingdom Hearts on the PlayStation 2, we are going to resume where we left off and pick up the rest of the provisions, for the trip. And then we will close off the second day, but we will have to come back at nighttime because some trouble is about to brew afterwards. But anyway, gamers, if you have not done so already, be sure to follow me on Facebook and Twitter with the links in the description. And if you like what you saw, be sure you rate this video, subscribe to my channel, and leave comments below to let me know what you guys thought of the episode. Anyway, gamers, take care of yourselves, and I shall see you next time. See you guys then.